North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause, I'm the law. It's the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause, I'm the law.
What's going on, guys? We're back again for the next episode of Secret Sauce to be the Boss. And today we have a very unique episode that we're bringing to you. We're actually inside a podcast studio, and it's a mobile podcast studio. I'm here today with Rhonda Evans. Thank you for having me
Larry.
out.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. She is sole owner of Remu. It is a leadership coaching and personal branding business, and she's also the CEO of Podblast Charlotte, which we're inside of right now. We were out here today. There's actually an event that we're at. What kind of event was this that you were at today, set up at?
Yes, we're at a local brewery, Old Missy Brewery, and they had a paint, basically art and culture exhibit. Local artists come out and show their wares, and we were invited because we're unique. Anywhere, came out of my head, really to have a mobile podcast studio and then to make it an artist showcase as well. So it's very unique, and we're just starting to make a dent here in Charlotte.
So let's touch a little bit on your Remu business. Explain exactly what it is that you do.
Sure. Yeah, so I started Remu about 3 years ago out of a need to leave the corporate world. And I really just wanted to take the best of what I did over the years as a leader and really help others by providing business coaching, personal branding, really helping to define, maintain, and grow your business. And that could be anywhere from IT through strategic to marketing, social media, helping do personal development. So it runs a gamut. It really can cover a lot of wide area.
So you were a leader in the business world from a young age. And before you finally decided to leave the corporate world, you was leading a lot of people in Novant Health. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I led a team of 22 project managers, IT project managers, and I was responsible for anything basically that went into the hospital. Any software, hardware, medical, and sometimes medical equipment. My team were responsible for implementation of 14 hospitals.
All right. So that's your last job as a leader at several. Before you stepped out and did things on your own, what gave you the idea, the confidence, the want to leave working in the corporate world and to open your own business and do your own thing?
Right. No, really good question. So I really felt like I could do so much more. I learned a lot while I was there and grew a lot, and I felt like I kept hitting the ceiling. I kept bumping up against the strategic vision. Like I couldn't, you have your directors and your vice presidents, and they're giving you the direction. I felt like I could be the one giving the direction, and I wanted to do that. So what gave me the confidence was really just my years of leadership experience. Since I've been in IT since I was 17, and I've been in leadership roles throughout my entire career. And so it really did give me the confidence that I could go and make that jump. And I have had another business where I was a software developer / contractor. So it wasn't the first time I'd gone out on my own.
Okay. So for our viewers out there, what would you say to those that are in the corporate world, in leadership and not in leadership positions, but are thinking about leaving and going out and doing their own thing? What advice would you give them?
Right. I think that you really just need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe in yourself 200%, and anything because you have to believe in yourself enough for all the naysayers that you're going to encounter, So you really just need to, every time someone's, certainly you have to listen to others' opinions, but that's what it is, an opinion. So you have to really 100% believe in yourself and know that you can do this. You know what you're doing, and don't let anyone derail you or try to steal your shade. You just need to seek advice from people, but also make sure that decisions are yours.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. And recently it was funny because people know certain things about me, but I don't really let people into my personal business too often. I'm in the public spotlight. I mean, I have my own TV show and a lot of other things, but someone recently had made a comment to me that they think that I should do something else besides training and maybe do that as a part-time thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that when they made that statement they realized that I have a fitness company.
Right.
It's a lot different than just personal training. There's a brand, there's a lot that goes into it, as in your own gym, your own leadership, your own coaching, your own training, your own clothing line, and a lot more to it. And it's probably a lot more successful than they realize.
Yes.
But that ties into what you're saying. You need to listen to other people, listen to their opinions and what they say and stuff like that. But it's just an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. You have to do what is best for you and follow your dream and follow your heart and do what you think will make you successful and happy in life.
Exactly. No, great point. And how many successful CEOs and business owners do we know that everyone said that it wasn't going to work, right? It wasn't going to work. It's a dumb idea. Like, look at and this idea for Podblast Charlotte. I know we're talking about Remu, but Podblast Charlotte, no one is doing this. And like no one knows what this is. So we have to do a lot of education on what it really means. So.
So we'll speak on Podblast Charlotte. You said something interesting to me when we were talking before the camera started rolling. This is the only one like this. Explain to the audience exactly what this is and let them know about how this is the only one. There's no other options out there. This is the only option.
Right. Well, there are podcast studios. So I'll tell you, the way I thought of this business is because as a business coach, the first thing I tell people is if you want to be a subject matter expert, you need to have you need to put yourself out there. You need to have a podcast. It's the fastest, cheapest, easiest way to get your name out there. And as you know, you branch out into other areas. But podcast is really easy for anybody to do. And look, we've demystified it here. So I kind of came up with this idea because of the need of more podcast studios. There's 2 of them, are great ones, but there's nothing that's mobile. There's nothing that the average person can go to, and it's just really a completely different experience. So it is the only one of its kind. It's a 1964 vintage camper. We tricked it out a little bit, really wanted to keep her vintage style, but we really wanted to demystify it and bring it to the masses. So we're going to breweries and festivals, and we're at Food Truck Friday.
If people could just come in and do their own podcast, that's great.
Exactly, and that's the thing, because people think it's the studio where we're broadcasting out. So they're like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Right? No, but you can, and we have topics for them. And so if you don't know what to talk about, just try it and have fun, and just really trying to bring that model and bring it to bring it to everyday person. But then also we're for serious podcasters too, who come out and rent it out for an hour to 4 hours.
And also, people can rent it. Like anyone that wants to rent this and come and do a podcast, you can go to them, they can come to you. Tell the audience how they can find you, how they can get in touch with you to do that.
Right. So we do all of our booking on Calendly. So we have a link that we can include. But it's really just go and you book it online, and you could choose your time frame, or want to tour it. You can come out and do it the same way through Calendly.
That's also a website?
Yes, Calendly. It's calendly.com, and we have Podblast Charlotte, so that's our handle.
Okay.
And so it's really easy to do. Just go in and book your time, or you can book a tour, and we're always happy to have people come through and try it out and see if they like it.
And I ran across you in a very unique way. I actually did an episode on Mr. Frank Deaton at Holiday Motors.
I love Frank. I love Frank.
He's a really good guy. And your vehicle was out there, and that's how we ran into each other.
Yeah.
How many times have just randomly people saw it and just hit you up like that?
Yes, and in fact, just the other day, our artist was out painting, and she got a job they called her like, can we talk to the artist?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have people always coming up and seeing us and just really loving the experience, because people just can't believe it. Like everyone says, what a genius idea it is, and like, yeah, we think so too. But there's still a whole lot of education to do to get people comfortable with the concept. Even
the only mobile podcast, not only in Charlotte, anywhere. The first one. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard of any other one.
Yeah.
And not any other one that comes to events, and none of them have an artist showcase built around it.
So the first time that I saw this vehicle, it had a completely different paint job. I come here today, I was like, is this the same one? It's got a completely different paint job.
Well, and that's what I wanted to have, the experience. Like when you think about, like, you go to an amusement park, right? It's the same ride all the time. I wanted to make it different.
It definitely looks different.
Exactly, and it's going to be completely different. The artists that we choose are all vast, and none of them vast experience and different styles. And we don't want them to. We didn't even know when Ashley Graham did our first one. We didn't even know what her design would be until she was done. She started.
Interesting. So how many times has this vehicle been painted by different artists for you?
So far as 2.
2.
So yeah, so Mo Weinman, who just did this one, she finished up just a couple days ago. So we keep it for a month, and then we have it all booked through almost the end of the year now with artists. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're excited because we really help promote the artists, and like this is some of our art in here, so we sell for them. We don't make anything off of it; it all goes to them.
Gotcha.
And it's really just to add to the experience of podcasting in a camper.
Yeah.
Right, so people are a camper, and it's like a cool kind of vibe. It's a Moroccan vibe, and then also then the cool factor of having the art. So
Absolutely.
It's like, I mean, yeah, there's absolutely 100%. No one has anything like that anywhere.
That's great. So when we were talking before we started the cameras, you said something that was really interesting that caught my attention. You said you could even go to weddings, and the husband and wife can come in here and they can do their vows on a podcast. It's on an SD card. They take that SD card when it's over, and they have a podcast video of them doing their wedding vows. They'll have forever. That's awesome.
Exactly. And you could think about, and then the wedding party, because you write in the guest book, or if someone comes up with some kind of way to, what do you want to say to them? Well, it's a podcast. It's basically a guest book podcast. And yes, the couple can do exchange their vows, and whatever else they want to say. The first time they met, family members can do longer. You can do whatever you want. And then it's SD card, and videographer can come in and put in music and put in special effects. And
and another cool thing is anyone that wants to try to get their name out there, get some attention, they could come in here and do a podcast. They leave with the SD card with that podcast. They can share it to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, and get attention, get their name out there like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Because social media, really, we're blessed. I know a lot of people use it maybe for stuff they shouldn't be using it for, but it can be very positive and very awesome. It's free. So it's free advertising. If you use it right, you can self-brand, promote yourself, and build a business for free.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as I say, the podcast, cheapest, easiest, fastest way. You use LibSync or something to, push out to 5 different sites in the same time, right? And then it's free. Well, so for paying for your licenses, but it's free. And then putting it on, like, just do a little promo video, audio, and then even you could do your video in here too. So it's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, you could, obviously it's audio, it's a podcast, but you could simply bring a camera in here and you have video and audio footage of your podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a little hookup where it has one of the selfie circle lights.
Oh, okay.
And they can touch your camera, so they can also video it as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So something I wanted to ask you is, were you aware of this? I do research before I do my interviews. There's certain questions and certain topics that I like to bring up. In the United States of America, there's listed 19,534 cities. That's how many cities are in the United States of America.
Right.
Charlotte is ranked number 17 out of all of those for women entrepreneurs. So you're
Right.
a woman
Yes.
entrepreneur in Charlotte.
Yes.
So out of 20,000, this city's in the top 20. Has that helped you? Did you know that? What advice would you give to other ladies out there that want to follow that path?
Yeah, I didn't know that specifically. That's actually really good to know. But there are, I network and mentor a lot of local small business owners as well, women-owned business owners. And actually this brewery is owned by a female as
It's
well.
the only female-owned
Yes, brewery
in Charlotte.
In Charlotte, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which is really awesome, and she's always networking and doing things with other groups. And I'm also at Resident Culture, and they do a lot of things as well with female-owned businesses. So yeah, because we're a resident there, Second Friday, Food Truck Friday there as well.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's really so many business owners out there that really can support you. And so I would say that to find a group, find mentors that will help you when you're not sure of where to go and what who to go to and how to get your brand and your business out there.
Have you encountered a lot of different women that are doing their own thing in the Charlotte area?
Yes.
Yes.
I have. Yeah, and I do have a circle of friends that are entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and yes, there's so many, and I'm not surprised at that number that Charlotte is ranked so high. Yeah. But yeah, there's a plethora of women business owners that you can definitely, a woman seeking some help from some of her peers. There's certainly a lot of people to go to.
Yeah, I like to research things, and crunch numbers and see what's really going on. And when I was doing that, and I seen it, out of basically 20,000 cities listed in the United States of America, that they were listed number 17 of women entrepreneurs. Not only that, but it's number 5 for Black women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So if you're a woman out there and you're wanting to start your own business, be a self-starter, entrepreneur, you are in the perfect city, because this city is thriving with that culture right now. So, fear is a big thing that holds people back. I tell everybody all the time, stop being scared, let go of fear, embrace your dreams, embrace what you want to do, step up and take that challenge. This is the perfect city, this is the perfect opportunity, and now's the time. And to take it a step further, we're interviewing the perfect person. As the owner of Remu, and being a leadership coach, being an advisor and a brand builder, you have all the tools to help people out there that are wanting to take that plunge and wanting to take that leap.
Yes, and I do work with a lot of different, almost all my clients are women. I have a few that are men, but and they all are from very different backgrounds. Like they're real estate, they're authors, they're cleaning company owners, they're everything. And so I encounter what you're saying every day, and I did not know those numbers, and it's really exciting to hear also about African American women business owners, which I see a lot of as well and have as clients.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's very powerful and such a great opportunity. And like Charlotte's just an open market. I really feel like Charlotte is very experimental and open to any new ideas, and which is why I think this works here. And who knows, it could work in another. Why not work in another city or
Absolutely.
state? But and certainly we could franchise one day, right?
Yeah.
I have that on my mind. I have that on my mind. But thinking about doing, South and North Charlotte, and then maybe, who knows, Podcast Atlanta, right?
There you go.
Right, or Miami, where I'm from.
All right.
So, so there's so many opportunities and great people, and it's just really ripe for the taking. Just put something good out there, something good quality product out there, and people will go for it. They're really receptive.
A lot of people have this fear that if they leave corporate America, if they leave that steady paycheck, even though that paycheck might not necessarily be what's going to get them through life, it's just barely getting them by, but it is a safety blanket to hold on to.
It is, yeah.
A lot of people have fear to take that safety blanket off, because when you go out there on your own as an entrepreneur, the sky's the limit. You can make a bundle of money or it could be a big struggle.
Yes.
But it's a chance you have to take. You have to follow your dreams, because you can go through and you can hold on to that little snug safety blanket your whole life and just barely make it through and have to work for someone else and be a yes ma'am or yes sir for your whole life.
Right.
Or you can take that chance and not look back on your life later on and say, man, what if I would, dang, I should have. And you see these other people that eventually this dream, these ideas that you have, you see these other people, they do it and they succeed, and you say, damn, I should have did that. Right, exactly. What advice would you give to our viewers out there that are struggling with that decision to overcome fear and step out there and take that plunge? As a leader, what advice as a leader would you give someone right now to take that plunge? Yes, and it's a real problem, because, I mean, you have the safety and security of money, like you were saying, but you need to, if you have this fire burning inside you and you feel like you really want to do something, yes, there's going to be struggles. You have to have a good plan financially, like what's your roadmap going to be? You know, so working with a coach, business coach, to work out a business plan, your viability for the business. But you know, your passion is going to propel your choice. And so if you have the passion, you have the skill set needed to required to do to make this happen, and you have the passion behind it. I would say you need to do it, but you also need to definitely do it, because you know you're gonna wish later, you know, dream deferred, right? You're gonna be so sad about it later, and then for your retirement, what's next, right? So there's also that planning, like what do you do after that happens, because there's no such thing as a secure job. Yeah. Anyway, so that security could not. Maybe it's not even real, right? It's our mindset is that it's secure. But so I would say that, you know, really just, you know, something that you really want to do, you should go out and do it and not let people deter you, but know that it will be a struggle at times. But the thing is to make sure that you develop a good plan and roadmap and financial support and support around you, your immediate family and friends, and you have a mentor to help you. You know what my fear is, or what scares me? What's that? The thought and the idea of working for a company or a business that I'm expendable at any given moment. With a snap of the fingers, that steady little security blanket that you're holding on to, that's giving you a paycheck, could be gone just like that for no reason. We live in a right to work state. Exactly. They can fire you at any given moment for absolutely no reason. So what you think is security is security, and then when they fire you and you're only really making enough money, you're living kind of paycheck to paycheck to pay your bills, and then they let you go, and then what happens? Exactly. Now, how do you pay your bills? Exactly. But if you have a passion, if you have a desire, if you have this burning sensation to do something, and you start that process, and maybe hold on to your job at first, and you start that process and you build something, and you start to make that money, the freedom that you have, you don't have to be scared that what if this company goes under? What if they decide to cut some employees? What if I don't make quota? All that's gone. Right. So what you thought was really a security blanket is false, because you're nothing but a number to them. You're not even a human being. Yes. You are literally a number to them, and they can get rid of you at any given moment. But when you create something, when you own something, when you run something, it's on you. You control it. You control your destiny, which is the main thing to consider. Absolutely. Yeah, because anyone's expendable in any situation, and like you said, in North Carolina specifically, because we're right to, anyone could fire you for any reason. But so really believing in yourself and making, you can do better than the situation you're in now. If you have an idea, you have a concept, you have something that you feel really strongly about and you think will blow up, you should do it. If someone right now is out there trying to personal brand themselves, and they're trying to use social media to personal brand themselves, whatever social media outlets they're using, what advice would you give them on how to start that process and the best steps to take? Right. It depends on where they are in it, but definitely you need to find out what your competitive edge is, whether if it's an individual, small business owner. You need to know your competition. You need to know what you offer above the competition. I think that's your number one thing in determining what your brand is. Okay. And then, of course, coming up with 30-second pitch, right? How are you going to articulate your brand? How are you going to sell your brand?
So coming up with your pitch, coming up with a marketing strategy. Where should you go? What should you do? Should you do podcasts? Should you do speaking engagements? Should you do workshops?
Should you promote your post?
Exactly. Yeah.
What
yes.
should you be posting?
Right. Doing Google ads, or do you have someone who's going to do it for you? Do you need a content maker? So a content creator. So there's a lot of different things. What tools you need to use? How often do you need to post? What that flavor is going to be like, templates to create that's going to, you see that and like, yeah, that's Podblast Charlotte, right? That's Remu. Just looking at it, people need to identify your brand by sight.
So we talked about how could people reach you for the podcasting. How can people contact you and find you for Remu if they would like to hire you, for personal branding or for leadership coaching or that? Let the viewers know how they can reach you for that.
Right. So I have a Remu coaching website, and I do actually have an animated workshop that teaches you how to create your own personal brand. So that's for individuals more than for small business owners, but also could parlay into small business as well. I also am on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Remu Coaching. So my handle's Remu Coaching and remucoaching.com.
One last thing I would like to say while we're on the subject of following your dreams, because you touched on how there's always going to be doubters and there's always going to be naysayers and stuff, and they're just opinions.
Right.
So I try not to overly force my opinions on people and stuff, but I would like to make a statement really quick for anyone that is watching our show today. Never let anyone discourage you. Never let anyone else's doubts, anyone else's opinion sway you from following your dream and your passion, because it's not their dream, it's not their passion, and it's not their life. I don't care how successful or how unsuccessful they are, that doesn't have anything to do with you. Only you can live your life, and only you have the choice to what you're going to do with your life, not them. So you do what is best for you to make you happy, to follow your dreams and your passion. So if your passion and your heart tells you to start this business, to be a self-starter, to be an entrepreneur, to do your own thing, you follow that dream and don't let anyone or anything or anybody's opinion stop you.
Absolutely. Amen to that.
So we're also here today with Miss Lisa Hefner. You're also part owner of this. Say hi to the audience.
Hi everybody, good to see you.
So these two ladies came up with this great idea together, and I want to thank you for having me out for the interview today. This was a really cool idea, and to set up at events like these and to have people be able to come out and do their podcast. Is there anything you'd like to say? Any contact info you'd like to give to our audience if they want to get in touch with you?
Yes, sir, and thank you for that. We're at Podblast Charlotte, Instagram and Facebook. We'd love you to follow us and like us. And please come out and tell your stories, because everybody is a living story.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And everybody has something interesting to add. And I'm telling you, once you put those headphones on, something magical happens, and it all just sort of starts to flow. And it's really just an incredibly fun experience. And I encourage everybody to try it. It's really fun.
And also, before we go, the latest artist that actually painted the new version of this is here. Mo, you want to come in and say hi real quick?
This is Mo.
How you doing? And would you like to tell the audience how they can get in touch with you? Maybe they want to hire you to do something.
All right, please do. I'm a full-time artist local to Plaza Midwood. My Instagram handle is @OwlyMo, OWLYMO. You can follow me on Facebook at Mo's Art. My name on Facebook is Melissa Weinman. If you can't find me, shoot me a message. I'll send you over. And I would love to spread art throughout the city, so please hire me for anything. I do family portraits, dog portraits, murals, logos, whatever. So please get in touch with me.
You did a great job, and thank you.
And she's been a pleasure to work with, too.
And thank you, ladies, for having me.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
This was another episode of Secret Sauce to Be the Boss. Thank you, guys. Until next time, we're out.
What's going on, guys? So those of you that are watching this video, the day after that we filmed this video, I want to tell you exactly what happened. 39 supervisors went into work at Novant Health and got terminated just like that. No rhyme or reason, or no really justifiable cause. Just gone just like that. So for those of you out there that have been watching these videos and think to yourself, it's easy for you to give this advice because you're not depending on these checks like you talk about in these videos. You've already made it, and you think that you're safe with those jobs working for someone else in another company, another corporation, that'll always be there, that safety blanket. This was a eye-opening event that I wanted to tell you guys about because we just happened to be discussing this particular company in this video. So 39 supervisors that depended on that safety blanket paycheck that went to work got the plug pulled on them just like that. No way to feed their family, no way to pay their bills, no way to take care of the things they need to take care of because they were depending on someone else to take care of them. Cut that cord. Take care of yourself. Look out for yourself. Alright, I wanted to add this video and let you guys know exactly what happened the day after we filmed this episode. Everyone have a great day, and until next time, I'm out.
It's the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause, I'm the law.